Cops abusing their power or suspects trying to charm their way out of trouble is nothing new. But when flirtation enters the mix,
you wanna take me?
No.
Do it.
Stay in the blue box.
I like it, keep.
Stay in the blue box.
things can take an unexpected and often uncomfortable turn. Whether it's the cops flirting with suspects or the suspects trying to flirt with the law, these moments are a mix of surprising, cringeworthy, and sometimes even funny. Here are the top 5 most flirtatious cop interactions that will definitely make you think twice. Grace Spoonamore, a 20-year-old woman from Georgia, created a huge scene during a chaotic hit-and-run arrest in Brunswick, Ohio, back in April. The body camera footage of the incident, recently released on YouTube, has gathered over 1 million views, leaving many shocked and cringing. On April 30th, Spoonamore was driving a blue Buick Enclave when it crashed into another vehicle and fled the scene. Unfortunately for her, the incident occurred in plain view of a police officer who followed and cornered the vehicle near a car dealership.
Stop! Don't get out! I'm asking you questions, you answer.
Okay, and I will answer.
The footage reveals Spoonamore appearing visibly intoxicated, slurring her words, and speaking incoherently.
You want to take me? Search me real quick.
She initially denied drinking, but later confessed to consuming multiple doubles of tequila.
How much you have to drink there?
2 doubles.
2 doubles of what?
Patron.
Okay. So you are drunk.
The situation escalated when Spoonamore became less cooperative. She refused to provide her address, lashed out at the officers, and even accused one of being a bouncer at the club where she worked as a stripper.
Well, I need your current address.
No, I'm not giving it to you.
You need to give me your current address right now.
At one point, she even began ranting incoherently about some sort of abduction going on.
Because I've been abducted and caught up and left on the streets for these bitches.
Spoonamore's behavior turned more aggressive in the patrol car, where she allegedly kicked and spat at an officer. And she did not stop there. She also went on to make inappropriate comments to the arresting officer. Upon arriving at the jail, she admitted to urinating on herself in the patrol car and continued to act erratically, daring officers to use force while making bizarre claims about being taken to Mexico and accusing the police of trying to assault her.
No, we're not! Don't kick, don't kick, don't kick! What's the shoes, dude?
Ultimately, Spoonamore was charged with driving under the influence, speeding, obstruction of official business, and assaulting a police officer. Her bond was set at $10,000, and her wild antics during the arrest have surely left an impression on the internet. In conclusion, none of Spoonamore's attempts convinced the cops. It's not uncommon to see suspects flirting, nor is it uncommon to see them in the back seat of police cars after being arrested. However, the real surprise comes in our next case, because this cop was caught in the back seat of his own car with a female suspect. San Diego police officer Anthony Hare faced scrutiny after being discovered locked in the back seat of his patrol car with a female detainee. The incident, which took place on August 15, 2023, ultimately led to his resignation and an extensive internal investigation. The controversy began when Hare arrested a woman on a bench warrant and transported her to Las Colinas detention facility for jail booking. However, events took a strange turn when Hare called another officer at 1:44 a.m., urgently requesting assistance and a spare patrol car key. When the officer arrived nearly an hour later, Hare was found in the back seat with the detainee and quickly exited the vehicle. Hare claimed he had entered the back seat to check the detainee's pulse during a medical emergency.
Next thing you know, I hear the door close on me. I was frantic, I was looking, and then that's when she started to kind of like, I guess, wake up or get dazed off, whatever.
Only for the door to shut behind him accidentally. He admitted to turning off his body-worn camera before arriving at the detention facility, explaining that he routinely did so upon reaching destinations. The woman was later deemed medically unfit for booking and transported to a hospital. During interviews, she denied any misconduct by Hare. However, body-worn camera footage revealed unsettling exchanges between Hare and the detainee, including inappropriate questions and moaning sounds from the detainee.
Why are you asking that? What do you mean? I'm cool to you. don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now.
The footage raised additional concerns about Hare's actions and his decision to turn off the BWC at critical moments. Investigators reviewed the camera's equipment and found no evidence supporting Hare's claim that it detached from his uniform due to a defect. Hare resigned from the department on September 14th, a day before a scheduled interview regarding the incident. The San Diego Police Department released a statement emphasizing their commitment to holding officers accountable, confirming Hare's departure following the investigation. Hare took a step back and admitted his wrongs when he knew that all evidence goes against him.
What are y'all taking me in for? What did I do?
Operating a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs or other controlled substances.
No.
On May 11, 2023, a disturbing incident occurred in Blue Ash, Ohio, involving a group home employee, 48-year-old Kelli Barton, who was arrested for driving under the influence while transporting a developmentally disabled patient.
Look at you handsome.
You want the life squad to check you, ma'am?
Yeah. Let them do what they gotta do. Come on, boys.
What is even more concerning is that she shamelessly flirts with the responders, not knowing that it is all caught on the body cam. Barton reportedly crashed into a mailbox on Glendale Milford Road in Evendale. After the crash, she drove to a nearby gas station and contacted a co-worker to take over. Police were called to the scene and found Barton passed out in the back seat of her co-worker's vehicle. Investigators later confirmed Barton was intoxicated and had exceeded legal drinking limits. She was taken into custody and charged with operating a vehicle under the influence and patient endangerment. Irrespective of being drunk on the job, Barton unknowingly took the opportunity to flirt with not one, but two of the respondents, commenting on their beautiful blue eyes and much more. She also didn't leave out the opportunity to tell them of what she is capable of doing, in a romantic way, of course. Barton had been employed by Ohio Valley Residential Services since April, where her role included transporting patients. Following the incident, she was promptly terminated. OVRS officials emphasized that the patient was unharmed in the incident, expressing relief over their safety. A review of Barton's background revealed prior arrests for felonious assault and domestic violence. However, because these charges had been dropped, they did not disqualify her from employment under OVRS's hiring policies. Barton was arrested on the grounds of being intoxicated while driving and was taken away by the police. But what happens when this police officer tries to outsmart the law after harassing a woman? Tulsa Police Department disclosed key findings in the case of former officer Deangelo Reyes, who faced a first-degree assault charge. Investigators allege Reyes met the victim while on duty. According to the victim, she was walking her dog near 51st and Yale when Reyes initiated contact and engaged in a conversation that later turned inappropriate. This exchange, partially captured on Reyes's body camera, included remarks that raised concerns about professionalism. Later that evening, the victim reported seeing Reyes's patrol vehicle near her hotel. She alleges that he questioned her criminal history, made intimidating statements about her past record, and coerced her into a non-consensual sexual encounter. Investigators noted that Reyes disabled his body camera for a portion of the interaction, violating department protocol.
What's your name?
My name?
I'm Eric. You're
Reyes initially denied any misconduct during an interview with the Special Victims Unit, but later admitted to providing false statements. He claimed the encounter was consensual and said he used an alias to protect his identity. TPD's timeline reveals Reyes deactivated his body camera and failed to respond to calls during the last 2 hours of his shift, during which no official reports were filed. Reyes also admitted to seeking out the victim, though his justification conflicted with other evidence collected. Reyes, a 5-year veteran of the force, eventually resigned amid allegations of sexual misconduct stemming from the incident that took place on April 17, 2022. Reyes resigned from the department on June 9th, 2022, stating that his actions were inconsistent with the department's values and policies. He continues to deny the allegations, but acknowledges departmental policy violations, and that puts an end to the case of Reyes. Up next, see what happens when this woman's neighbors call the police suspecting domestic violence in her apartment. Full of cuts and bruises, her first instinct is to make an attempt to seduce the cops and get away with the complaint.
Oh no, Daddy's shackling my wrist and my ankles. Oh no. What will I ever do, Daddy?
On April 4th, 2021, law enforcement responded to a report of potential domestic violence, only to encounter a highly disruptive scene involving a woman named Courtney. Officers arrived at the residence to find Courtney with visible bruises and scratches on her arms.
I can shut my door.
Ma'am, what's your name?
We're not going to be playing this game.
I can shut my door. It's my legal residence.
Next. Okay.
Initially cooperative, she opened the door but soon attempted to shut it, claiming the apartment as her legal residence. Police intervened to prevent her from doing so.
Hey, there is somebody.
Thank you. Is she being insane?
Yes, she is.
No, I'm not. No, he's not. No,
Step
you're fine.
over.
No, I'm not.
Step
No, I'm
over.
not.
Step
Why?
Come on out.
Why? Why? No, I want to hear the reasons why.
Because we got a complaint of a male
Why?
and female arguing, a female
Why?
yelling to stop. You've already lied to us, and now he's coming out, so stop.
As the situation went out of hand, suddenly, a man appeared to ask if Courtney was being detained. This interaction seemed to further provoke her, leading to crazy behavior. Officers restrained Courtney, placing her in handcuffs after she resisted their commands.
Get out of my house! Hey! Get out of my f***ing house! Get out of my house!
However, her behavior went completely bizarre when she began twerking in defiance, losing balance and falling forward, resulting in a facial injury. The fall caused a laceration on her chin, which required immediate attention. Blood pooled on the floor as officers tried to control the situation, applying tissues to stop the bleeding.
You can pick them up. Pick them up. No, you can pick them up. No, I'm saying right, you can pick them up. Like, all that fighting, you shut the f up, you stupid ass bitch. Like, what the
The challenges didn't end there. Transporting Courtney to the police vehicle became another nightmare, with her cursing the officers and physically resisting, including kicking at the officers. The situation inside the apartment also raised questions. 4 men were found inside Courtney's apartment, none of whom were her boyfriend or had a domestic connection to her. The men appeared to have no clear explanation for their presence, leaving the scenario unclear. Courtney was ultimately taken to a hospital to address her injuries, where she made sure to deliver her final act of service, spitting at officers, before being handed over to medical staff.